ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Blake here in the castle, along with Terry Cochran, who will join us shortly with an interview with Coach Paul Kuntz. We are here for the Preston Knights boys varsity match with Martinsburg. Undefeated, 18-0, top ranked in the state. The Dogs come in here in fine form. They're on a mission to get back to the state championship game where they were defeated last year. They're trying to win a state title for the first time in a few years. Last one was 2013 at Martinsburg. So warming up out on the floor right now and getting ready for the start of this one. They are a fine looking group. Preston will have their hands full with this bunch.
Oh, no doubt, Steve. This team is about as loaded as you could get, and everyone knows it. But, you know, Coach wanted this game. He wanted his players to see what it was like to play the #1 team in the state, to try to turn the culture around at Preston, to let them know that it takes hard work, dedication to play this game right. He wanted to see a team like this here at Preston High. Well, they're going to see them. It may not be what they want tonight, but they're going to see the best team in the state.
Yeah, there's not much doubt about that. Consensus #1, led by 6'6" Joe Bouquet in the middle, but he really is a player all over the floor. He can shoot it from 3. He can shoot it from the corner. He can shoot it from the top of the circle. Got a real nice, soft-looking 14, 15-footer that he's fond of. And a great defensive player, a shot blocker, a rebounder. He's a game changer, and he is ably assisted by Kwaliki Bush, Cedric Bush, Teddy Marshall, and the whole crew. So, again, Preston will have their hands full. Let's go to the floor right now for our national anthem.
right, the Preston High cheerleaders out on the floor right now, as they always start the game out right for the Knights. So let's go to the floor.
Introducing our varsity cheerleaders, seniors Captain Avery Schaefer, Captain Kagan Barr, Lexi Grubb, Kaylee Brandon, juniors Caitlin Miller, Macy Roy, Ashley Belanger, Carly Chips, sophomores Sahara Belanger, Allison Chandler, Ariel Sayre, Madeline Shreve, Heidi Gidley, Bridget Marley, and freshman Riley Poe.
Preston Knights are on the scene. We're awesome. Just watch us and see what. We mean now that we have your attention. Get ready for the action. We'll go for the win and be the main attraction. Nobody but nobody can take it away from Preston. High, the stars of the day. Knights.
Now the starters for the Bulldogs, coached by Dave Rogers. Number 4, Kwaliki Bush. Number 12, Kelrin Villa. Number 15, Teddy Marshall. Number 20, Grant Harmon. Number 22, Josephus Boki. Now the starters for the Knights, coached by Paul Kuntz. At guard, a 5'10 senior, number 12, John Noah Lockery. At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 4, Corey Piles. At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 11, Monty Rebello. At forward, a 6'3 junior, number 15, Nick Smith. And at forward, a 6'3 junior, number 42, Zach Shannon.
All right, well, there are the Preston Knights, and their foe this evening, the Dogs from Martinsburg.
Yeah, they will start Bush, Villa, and Marshall, Harmon, and Bouquet.
Shannon and Smith are going to have their hands full
Oh, yeah.
inside, trying to defend.
Piles, Smith, Rebello, Lockery, and Shannon on the floor for the Knights.
Going to take a lot of help here.
And the Knights come down with the tip, surprisingly. Good job by Lockery to step in and get that. Martinsburg in a man-to-man. Get the ball down to Smith. Smith drives to the hole and gets fouled. Will go to the line. So the first call against 21 or number 12. That's Villa. His first personal. First team foul.
Good sharp, quick passes by the Knights in this first possession. And they're going to have to continue that. Going to have to keep their heads up and keep the ball on the offensive end of the floor.
Free throw shooting will be a factor in this game. Don't you agree, Steve?
Oh, absolutely. never more than in this contest tonight. And we've seen the Knights good and bad by turns. It was nice to see them get off to a good start with 2 by Smith.
Bush takes one from the outside, but a follow-up inside. Nice move by Teddy Marshall to score it from Martinsburg. The Dogs finally on the board. Try to cut off Lockery. Lockery gets it to Rebello. They get down to the corner to Smith. He's going to take one from 3. No good. Big rebound out of there by Bush. Martinsburg quickly down the floor. Ball off of Martinsburg out to Preston. They had a good look at it. Full court pressure. They get it across the timeline. Rebello being guarded closely by 3. Smith will take it in hard and gets blocked by Bouquet. We knew that he's a shot blocker, Steve. There's not much you're going to do. You're going to have to get in there and try to get him off the floor and get him off balance before you take that shot straight in at him.
Yeah, he's a big-time game changer. The one advantage that the Knights may have in this contest is that Martinsburg may be just a little bit road weary, having played at Mussleman.
Yeah, they were down at Mussleman I think it was last night.
That was last night, so less than 24 hours. And they have to be back on the floor here. They look none the worse for wear.
Good position inside that time by number 12, Villa. That was all set up by Teddy Marshall. He made a nice slashing move into the paint. He missed the layup, but Villa was right there to clean it up. In and out, good position by Shannon. Boxed out Bouquet and got the ball down, but they trapped Corey Piles on the far sideline. Ball tipped out into possession. Now a steal by Martinsburg. Battle down on the floor. Preston got possession and called a timeout.
Yeah, that was a real melee, and there was even it looked like a kicked ball in the middle of that the official didn't pick up on. But the Knights end up with possession due to a critically timed timeout called from the bench.
Grant Harmon from Martinsburg, very upset when he went back to the bench. He thought he might have got fouled on the floor, but
well, there was a lot of activity there, that possession, with Martinsburg coming out of there with the ball after battling for it along the baseline down here. But the Knights end up with it.
All right, Smith has it across the time like Bouquet on him. Smith takes him to the hole and bumped. Well, that call's going to go against 22. Bouquet, his first personal. Second team foul. Get into Piles. Piles turns around, puts up a shot. Smith with the rebound. Little floater by Piles, didn't go. And it out of bounds to the Dogs of Martinsburg. Only up 4-2 so far here in this first period.
Yeah, slow start for both teams, particularly for Martinsburg, but they can score in bunches. Again, a little miscommunication. They throw that one away deep in the corner.
Yeah, Marshall slashed into the lane, thought he could fire one down to the baseline, and it got away from him.
You know, he was going east, and they thought he was supposed to be going west and just pitched it over his head.
Marshall on Lockery, brings it across the timeline, sets it up for Preston. Now they're all over Piles. They're not going to let him break out tonight for the Knights. Yep. Lockery gets called for travel.
Yeah, trying to get through the trap right there to be able to safely get that pass away, and he drug the foot before he released the ball, so official was right on top of that, and Martinsburg gets another opportunity here.
They're having a little trouble with this 3-2 defense that Preston has put out on them. Haven't been able to get the shots yet.
Rebello tracking down the rebound.
Shannon on the other end goes flying to the floor. He thought he was tripped. He's banged up a little bit. Turnover Knights. Still a 4-2 contest. Slashing into the middle, no good. That was Bush.
And another big board by Nick Smith.
Nick having a nice game down low. Martinsburg putting a lot of pressure on the players of the Knights, and they get a steal. Here they come. And Smith will get tacked with the foul. Hard foul down there on Harmon.
Couple too many passes on the other end, and Preston with the unforced turnover. And it doesn't take the Bulldogs long to get that to the other end of the court there and get the contact. And they'll go right at Smith because they've seen he is the guy who is doing the most work on the offensive glass for Preston.
Shannon had to come out of the ball game. He got skinned up a little bit when he went sliding across the floor. So Harmon goes to the line. Good on his first attempt. Makes it a 5-2 game in favor of Martinsburg.
First points in about 2 minutes for either team.
Now Knights throw it away. Lockery was not ready for that pass from Smith. And Nick picks up his second personal. They can't afford to get him in foul trouble.
Yeah, that's going to become problematic quickly, and you can see Coach Kuntz is already, he's got the wheels turning thinking about who he might put in there in relief to gain a couple extra minutes.
Austin Matheny will replace Smith. Makes it a 9-2 game that quickly at giving away 3 free throws.
And Harmon is 5 for 5 from the line here now, Terry. Not the guy we want to be fouling.
They are just so quick to trap. You've got to be ready for it. Rebello will take a shot from about 10, no good. Quickly, back come the Dogs. Oh, nice block down low, but they're going to get Rebello with a body.
Well, it looked pretty clean from this angle, but there must have been some contact in there that the official saw from the right side.
Now they actually called that foul on Corey Piles. I didn't even see Corey down in there. Bush nails both of those.
Hot shooting from the free throw line right now. That's Marshall who picks up his first personal.
Yeah, he went for the steal, just didn't get it. He thought he had it. Now a bump, and now they're going to call an over and a back. There was a lot of contact. The Preston player crossed the timeline because of the contact, but call goes the other way.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, Anthony Smith right there, and he just kind of bodied the ball back over the line. But no call on that one.
Good job by Lockery on the far sidelines. They're staying with this 3-2. It's keeping them in the game, 11-2 in favor of Martinsburg, mainly from the free throw stripe is where they've picked up most of their points.
Well, right now, Preston has just got to play for a stop here and try to calm down and get that ball to the other end at their own tempo.
Monty just out of control, loses the ball. He's got to slow down just a little bit. He just goes full speed.
Yeah, that's the issue with tempo we were talking about. Nice job getting the ball down on the baseline and then got out of there with it, got down the right side of the court, but never had a chance to really get his bearings and get that under control.
Now they finally get one to go from the outside. That's Teddy Marshall, his first tray of the game. If Martinsburg starts to get the three-point shot going here against this zone, the Knights are going to be in desperate trouble. Run out the other way.
Ball was left short by Qualike Bush up on the rim there, but the foul will put him on the line.
Burrow with that personal. He's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, they're putting on a shooting clinic from the line here as he gets them both.
Matheny will take one from the baseline, no good. And without Smith in there to rebound, they're really having a tough time.
Well, the Knights have been unable to produce any points on the offensive end of the floor, and it's mainly just kind of degenerated to the Bulldogs causing absolute havoc with the Knights' offense and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Now Piles finally gets untracked. Boom, big shot.
That is the first really good open look that Corey Piles has had from three-point range, and he nails it.
Little floater in the paint, good. But we get an offensive foul. We'll see if they waive those points off. No points. That was against Anthony Smith. Nice little floater in the paint, but he ran over the Preston player, and they wave off the points. Now Powell's out. Gets it to Matheny. Matheny's trapped. Back to Powell's. He's going to hoist up another three. Long that time.
Just about in the same spot over there, but just a little bit strong.
Burrow tagged with another personal. That's his second. With 30 seconds remaining in this quarter. Martinsburg 16, Preston 5. They're going to take their time. And a steal. Knights come out of there with it with 4 seconds. Piles is going to drive it all the way in. Up on the glass, he's fouled with 1.3 seconds. Corey Piles, coast to coast. Personal goes against Villa, his second.
A break for the Knights. Any points they can raise now with the clock stopped are a huge help.
Good. 16-8. And a shot at the buzzer. Ooh, off the back of the iron. That looked good.
Yeah, that was a nice looking shot. Just came dead off the iron there. If he'd have pulled the string just a little bit on that, that would have been a half-court three. But we come to the end of one. The Knights trailing 16-7. Got to get the offense untracked here. Can they do it? Well, we'll find out. Quarter number 2 right around the corner when we come back after this.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston in a little bit of foul trouble. Nick Smith on the bench with 2 early, and that sort of sealed the deal in the first quarter as far as the Knights having any opportunity for second chance baskets. Corey Piles did finally manage to get a little bit of space to spot up and shoot. A couple of nice looking 3-pointers. One went in, one didn't. But he finished strong at the line there in the quarter for Preston. And hopefully it's a sign of things to come here.
Long shot taken, no good. High off the backboard, but Martinsburg comes down with the rebound. They'll set it back up. Teddy Marshall out front. Oh, he thought about it. Bouquet back in the game. And they're going to get Cedric Bush on a walk. Travel. Turnover, Martinsburg. That came at the 7:36 mark. 16-7 in favor of the Dogs. Get the ball into Piles' hands. He's going to take a shot. No good from down on the baseline. A little short. Martinsburg pushes it right down the floor. Anthony Smith. Score it. That was all set up by Marshall. They can't get into a run and gun game with this team. They've got to take their time, get their shots.
Yeah, Bulldogs way too quick in transition.
Good job underneath that time. Caleb Seipold. Nice play to get him the ball down low. And He knew what to do with it. Get it up on the glass.
Seipold's big enough to withstand some of the pushing and shoving.
Ball off Bouquet right there with the putback. Gets fouled and will go to the line. He got himself in a real nice position, and they didn't have any other opportunity but to foul him as he was going strong to the glass.
Yeah, he's well schooled. There's a rare miss of a free throw, at least so far.
That's the only one.
Evening. That's the only one Martinsburg has failed to convert, as Bouquet leaves that one just short.
Misses both of them. Lockery comes out of there after the ball was tipped out. They get it to Mason Hall. Hall travels down. They look for Matheny. He's going to, oh, he's the three! Austin Matheny.
Knights getting some good help off the bench right now, and they need it.
He tickled the silk. Now back comes Preston. He's tie up. Lockery got himself in a mess. Had 3 dogs all around him and nowhere to go with the ball. Luckily, the possession error was in the favor of the Knights.
Yeah, the bad part there, no help coming from anywhere quick enough to give him any options. So the Knights really catch a break.
Get it back to Matheny. Ball gets thrown away. Quick hands. The other end. That was all Bush with the steal and the run out to the other end. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, just a little bump there to take him off course, denying the easy basket.
Good job by Mason Hall. That's his first personal. Bush has not missed a free throw. 5 for 5. 19-12 in favor of Martinsburg. Oh, he finally misses one. Ball tipped out. It's going to go to the Knights. Score remains 19-12. Lockery out front. And I'm not sure what they called.
No, I think they're going to make a call on the screen right there.
Mason Hall.
Hall came up a little too aggressively on that. And as he went to set himself, crashed into one of the Bulldogs. And the official was looking straight at him when it happened. So that's one of those things sometimes you get away with, sometimes you don't. Incidental contact, but it costs him.
Oh, good tip in that time. Way up in the air. Villa out of nowhere. That was all set up by Grant Harmon driving hard to the paint. Got the ball up on the rim, and Villa came out of nowhere with long arms and just tipped that in. Waited too long. They had Smith down the middle.
Yeah, Rebello hesitated just a second too long with the entry pass, and you don't hesitate. If you hesitate, you're lost. It's a turnover.
All right, back into Piles. Piles tried to get it into Rebello, and Martinsburg having nothing to do with that. That's all Bush. Shot from outside, no good. Martinsburg all over the rebounding right now. They have a definite advantage over the Knights on the rebounding side. Bouquet comes out. They put in Cedric Bush back into the game. Good job by Bush.
Yeah, that many opportunities in close. Martinsburg going to score points.
He just muscled Corey down low to get position. Now we get a call on Bush. Only his first personal. Get it into Monty, give and go. Nice pass to Felton, but he misses the layup. Nice job by Corey Piles to get Felton the ball, but it would not go. And that's another personal foul on Nick Smith.
Yeah, whistle came before the shot. Smith picks up number 3 with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, he's going to be setting the rest of the first half on the bench and maybe a little bit in the third quarter. One thing Preston could not have happen tonight is for Nick Smith to get in foul trouble. Marshall good on his second free throw attempt. 26-12 in favor of Martinsburg as they start to stretch that lead, Steve, in that solid man-to-man pressure. And they just bring traps out of nowhere. If you're not ready for it, you're going to be in trouble. They try to get it into Ribello. Ribello out of hand again, and they're going to get him for a travel.
Well, he was trying to stretch there, get that ball up off the floor, and just go straight into a shooting motion with it.
Kind of shuffles his feet just a little bit. They pick up the travel. Now they're going straight into the paint against that 3-2. They found Villa. He just turned, took it to the hole. Piles out front. Screen set by Ribello. Now he's trapped. Back to Ribello. He drives in the paint, loses the ball. Martinsburg all in control. Just slicing and dicing.
Well, they play at a speed that the Knights are not prepared to keep up with. And that's, again, that's the tempo thing. The Knights are trying to match that Martinsburg tempo at times on the offensive end of the floor, and they cannot do that. They just don't quite possess the necessary speed. So they're going to have to rely on the skills that they do have.
Fouling Felton, and Felton misses another layup. Just up with it too quick.
Yeah, short on the last one, and he got the opportunity again down there, went a little strong this time.
And back to the line goes Grant Harmon for the Dogs. He was perfect until that shot.
I was going to say, that's Harmon's first miss. So they are human.
Guys, you're watching the #1 team in the state of West Virginia after coming off of a tough game last night.
Yeah, that rematch against the Appleman from Mussleman was nothing to be sneezed at, and those teams go at it hammer and tongs. And then Martinsburg completes the road trip by coming up to Preston County.
Yeah, that's no easy road trip from Martinsburg either.
Not sure where they spent the night, probably in Morgantown, but they come up here and they're playing a game on less than 24 hours notice. And you say to yourself, why would Martinsburg do that? Well, they're on a mission to get back to the state tournament, and last year they kind of felt like that was the thing that did them in at the state tournament.
Austin Matheny from deep. 29-15, and a turnover. Martinsburg allows Preston to maybe cut this lead a little bit more before halftime. 52 seconds remaining. Lockery drives down. Matheny's going to take another one from deep. Go! Austin Matheny! He's dialed in from down on the baseline.
You can bet there's one adjustment they're going to talk about in the Martinsburg locker room at the half.
Yeah, don't let him shoot from down.
When that Matheny guy is out there in the corner, somebody needs to get out there on him.
All right, they're going to run it down to about 5 seconds and push hard to the basket. Marshall. He's got Harmon out front. Harmon starting to move. Looks down on the baseline. Nothing there. They fight for the ball. Oh, and a three right at the buzzer from Grant Harmon.
That one will count. They put up 32 first half points to the Bulldogs, and the Knights only able to answer with 18. So we come to the half trailing. Preston, had they not gotten a little bit flat-footed and made some mistakes and turnovers there late in the first period, could have been right in this contest at the half, Terry. Both these teams head off to the locker rooms. We'll head out for these messages from the sponsors that bring you Preston Knight Varsity Basketball. And we'll be back with second half action here on Hometown TV.
Ed B, do you know why I stopped you? Well, your sticker is dead, wires are coming out of your tires, and I heard your brakes squealing from way back yonder. You need to get to the tire ladies, get in alignment, get the brakes put on this thing, get it inspected, and while you're there, you might as well get your oil changed. And if you don't, next time I see you, you're getting a ticket. Barney, put that bullet away.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
Happy New Year! Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Back in Kingwood as we get set to start third quarter play. And Terry Cochran is with Coach Paul Kuntz out on the court right now.
Coach, first off, you have Morgantown the other night, play number 3. But you played them really tough. Then you had to get down to North Marion. That kind of got away from you. Tonight you got number 1 in the house tonight. A decent first half. What do you got to do to slow them down a little bit in the second half?
Well, you know, we just got to take care of the basketball a little bit, how we're reacting to their pressures. speeding us up and taking us out of our game. So they're going to be quick no matter what. So we're the one that's got to make that adjustment to slow ourselves down and not get caught up in that, because we don't have that overall team speed. So we've made some adjustments to work on that. We missed a couple open shots that we should have had. We feel this is a 5 or 6 point ball game right now, and if we can just continue. Here's my worry though. Sometimes we have a bad third quarter, so we challenge them to come out and play strong in this quarter.
Nick Smith in foul trouble, 3 personals. He was doing a yeoman's job with rebounding for you tonight. How do you compensate for that in the second half?
Well, I told him you're going to play till you foul out. Okay, it's number 1's in the house. I'm not going to set you at 4. You play like you have 0, and you just play hard. Play smart, but we need him in there. He was doing a good job on the boards.
Caleb Seipel come off the bench, got you a couple scores, playing pretty good underneath. What do you think about maybe getting him in a little bit more in the second half?
Yeah, we're going to. He's still a young developing player, and he doesn't know the plays, some of them, and he's having a little trouble knowing where to go. So we're running him in and out and kind of telling him where to be and what to do, and he's going to be something special here. But we're work in progress.
All right, Coach. Have a good second half. You're up against the best now, so let's see what the team can do this afternoon.
All right, Jay. Thank you.
All right, thanks to Coach Coons for taking a few minutes with us. It's a pressure-packed situation here in the Castle. Fans sure are enjoying this. It's been 3 games here today as the freshmen started it. The JV continued, and the JV played a pretty good half of basketball before they just kind of got overwhelmed. But Martinsburg has a tendency to do that sort of thing to teams. Right now, the Knights taking the floor, and you heard it, the adjustments are in if the boys can execute them properly. We'll see what Preston can do, but it's going to be Martinsburg's ball to start third period action here, and we are underway.
We'll see what adjustments Martinsburg have made. We think they're going to go deep and try to get that ball down in the paint early here in the second half. And right away, they go to the big number 12, Villa. Wide open, made a nice adjustment in the paint to score it off the glass.
Well, and they take a look and they see number 15 back out there on the floor, and they say, we're going to go right at Nick and see if we can get him either on the bench or fouled out of here.
Ribella down deep. He's going to get to the line. Monty Ribella. Personal foul against Bush. That's his second personal. Rebound Smith, just short on his putback. Quickly down the floor, and they know what to do with it when they get in the paint. Teddy Marshall just completely in control of his body, up with the left hand on the glass. Now they get it down to Smith. Smith goes up against the big man, and
yeah, they called a block, but a lot of contact there, no whistle.
Back the other way. It's all Martinsburg now. Villa with his second basket here in the second half. 38-19 in favor of Martinsburg. I know we can't get into a run and gun game, but we've got to score points every time down the floor. Back into Smith now. Long shot from 3. Good! Corey Piles buries it. We need a lot more of that from Mr. Piles. Going to go out to Preston. A lot of battling under the boards between Smith and Bouquet. Martinsburg in that man-to-man defense. They get it into Smith. Smith back out to Rebello. Now Smith from deep, way short. Just really never got his feet set. But Monty picks it off. He streaks down the other way. He's going to take it in with the left hand. Good! Monty Rebello all the way after the steal. Now they catch Rebello with his first personal.
Yeah, he scored that basket, then ran back down the court trying to make something happen defensively. Picks up his first on the floor.
38-24. And they're going to call that personal on that drive to the baseline on Zach Shannon, his second. Oh, they let him get inside, but Smith down with the rebound. Here comes Corey Piles. Smith sets the screen. The Knights set it up. They're not going to let Matheny have that wide open shot here in this second period, or second half. He takes a floater, no good. Bouquet comes out. I'm not sure who they replaced him with. It's been Cedric Bush. Matheny short. A nice putback by Zach Shannon. A little hook action.
Now all of a sudden it's a much more respectable 38-26 score as we wind toward the midpoint of the third period here.
Oh, nice play, give and go down deep to Villa. And that came from Mr. Marshall. Teddy Marshall set that up by driving into the paint and finding his man cutting down low. On the other end, Smith drives the baseline, and Cedric Bush picks up a personal foul, but only his first. And then a steal on the inbounds. Marshall's so quick and just cut right in front of Matheny, and off to the races he went.
Good hustle to get back there and try and stop the ball.
That's his 9th point of the ball game. 41-26. 4 minutes, 11 seconds remaining here in the third. (42-26). Back comes Piles. Piles guarded closely by Harmon. Now they try to trap. They get it into Smith. All the way to the baseline. Puts it in good. That time Nick drove the baseline, missed his first shot, but was right there to get the miss, and went right back up strong and scored it. And we'll go to the line for the and one. Job by Nick Smith. Deep three down on the other end. Teddy Marshall making his presence known here in the second half.
Frustrating for Preston right now because as hard as Smith worked on the offensive end to get those 3 points, Marshall went down there, took them back like it was no big deal.
Yeah, and then he almost buries another one. Caleb Seipold back in the game for the Knights. Smith to the baseline. He's blocked down low. But a turnover, Bulldogs. Gives the ball right back to Preston with 3:13 remaining in the third. Preston down 45-29. Piles out front. He's trapped, gets it to Rebello. Rebello quickly behind his back, looks for Piles. Piles wide open for three. In and out, no good. But Smith tracks it down. Now he spins, looks for someone in the paint, nothing there. And that goes all the way the other way as Marshall goes for two. Marshall against Smith. And we get a timeout called by Preston. 47-29.
Yeah, the ball was getting a little loose there, and the Knights out of position, confused, not communicating well, doing good to hang on to it. And cooler heads call that one in from the bench.
Well, right now, Martinsburg is so very consistent on their scoring. They scored 16 in the first period. They scored 16 in the second period, and now they have almost 15 going into this third period.
Yeah, they adjusted coming out of the locker room. I thought the Knights did a nice job with adjustments of their own, and that coupled with Piles coming out and hitting a quick three, and Smith playing a little bit more reserved and staying out of trouble, led to Preston generating a little bit of a comeback there.
Well, Villa and Marshall's been all the scoring here in the second half for Martinsburg. Bouquet has been really non-existent in this game. Has not even scored a point, which is just amazing to me.
Well, there are nights that happens.
And on the other end, way up high, Bush. He throws it down. Get it into Seipold. Now they swing it around. Shot by Piles. No good. Bouquet with the rebound. This is where they're so good. Their interior passing. As Smith got it over to, I believe Smith scored that.
Corey Piles looking for some space there. Dished it out in the corner. Shot won't fall for Matheny.
Back the other way, Bush. As they stretch the lead, 53-29. Knights have let it get away with only 40 seconds remaining in the half. Now they get it to Smith down low. He's fouled and will go to the line with 26 seconds. Cedric Bush with his third personal. Puts Smith to the line. As hard as he's played, he's only got 6 points, Steve.
Well, it tells you something about the defense that the Knights are facing here this evening.
Nick will take a break. Martinsburg will play for the final shot here in the third period. Well, Preston's been up against it the last 3-4 games. They played number 3 Morgantown, then they went down on the road to another land of dogs. That didn't go so well. And
indeed, it did not. We thought maybe North Marion would be one of those games where they'd be able to stay competitive through 4 quarters, but that was not the case. Mauricio Barro with the shot at the buzzer, off the glass and just off the mark. So it remains 53-31. We'll be back with fourth quarter action here on Hometown TV right after this.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
Preston in the huddle here, getting set to break out and get things started for the final quarter of this one. Hosting Martinsburg here in the Castle, and it's been a treat for fans in one way to be able to come in here and see the #1 team in the state. And my pick for the team that's probably going to take it all in Charleston this go-around, because they are clearly a team on a mission. And you see the execution right there.
Yeah, you can't give them an inch. Marshall, his first 2 this final period, and Preston now, they almost throw it away. They say it came off of one of the Martinsburg guys. I didn't see that.
Yeah, ball was tipped.
Get it over to Hall. Hall looks to get it into Seipold. He's gathered up by 2 dogs. Now they get it down low, up on the glass, a block. Seipold back up with it. Good job by Caleb Seipold.
young man is going to be something special for the Knights here. He's got the size to go up against the biggest players in the state. And he's also very agile and has a nice soft shot for such a big guy. And those things are all going to stand him in good stead.
Second one just would not go. It was down in and came back out. Now Martinsburg pushing. That was Cedric Bush underneath. That was all caused by Grant Harmon. He's such a good ball player. I tell you what, he's strong physically. He can slash to the rim. He sets up a lot of this second and third chances for Martinsburg.
Well, he does, and you mentioned something in the interview with Coach Kuntz, talking about how he wants to change the culture and he wants his team to see what a team like Martinsburg looks like and plays like up close and personal. And the point to it is they mesh together so well. Their play is very unselfish for such a talented group.
It's all heart. I mean, they know they're winners and they play like winners. And it's hard to get that attitude back in a team that's been down as long as Preston has. But I see a lot of fire in this team. Nice job by number 11 from Martinsburg, who just came off the bench, Dorian Smith. Kept right with it underneath, finally scores it, 59-32 with 5:43 remaining.
And you get a bonus shot.
And they track down the rebound. Smith with a little floater. Just inside the elbow. Well, the bench gives Preston's starters a little bit of a breather. Now they'll have to finish it out.
Yeah, Mason Hall drew a double team there. Got himself in a bit of trouble. Coach Kuntz trying to call that timeout both to save the possession and get his reserves in there. Back to the bench and let the starters get back in.
Off. Corey Piles with the rebound. He bangs one off. That should have been a kick from somebody. That ball hit somebody's leg and took off.
Yeah, rolling all over the place.
I don't know. I've not seen the ball go back the other way that quick and not a kicking call made.
30-second timeout in the action. Coach Kuntz was a little frustrated he didn't get the timeout he wanted on the last play. And then they're kind of forced into a situation here, having to defend the inbound again here now, right under the boards.
Oh, quickly right into Dorian Smith, and he's just been killing it. From about 8 foot, right in the painted area, just under the elbow. Quickly all the way to the hole after a turnover. They show how athletic they really are. Anthony Smith scores it. Call against Rebello, his second personal. (66-32). Knights going to take their time. Matheny backed up his dribble. They finally get it into Shannon. Shannon blocked down underneath, but they call a personal. They say he caught him on the arm. That's going to go against Cedric Bush. That's his fourth personal. And that puts Shannon to the line.
Knights have to run that one down from behind.
66-37. Call goes against Shannon. His fourth or third. Bush good. Cedric Bush. There's 3 Bushes on this team, I think. Smith driving hard to the paint, gets stuffed underneath by Cedric Bush. Rebello had it for a second. It bounces off of him, back to Smith. Nice job by Corey Piles to find Smith down low. Off the glass, good. 68-35. Little slice and dice by number 21 as he took it to the hole. Anthony Smith, good looking ball player. One of the younger classmen for Martinsburg. A lot of pushing and shoving underneath, and that's going to go against Monty Rubello. Monty get just a little bit out of sorts. There was an air ball sent up there by Bush.
Yeah, Corey Piles in the right place to take that one down.
Tried to get it into Shannon. It was tipped down low, out of bounds by Dorian Smith. So the Knights will set up, they'll inbounds under their own basket with 3:43 remaining. Tried to kick it out, oh nice. Job done by number 21, Anthony Smith. He just went high in the air, Steve. Tipped that ball right down court, gathered it up and went into the layup. 72-35. They have so many athletes on this team. It's just playtime now.
And a little miscue. They do throw one away every now and again just to prove that they're human.
Yeah. Lots of underclassmen in. We're seeing a lot of the JV players we watched a little earlier now playing for the varsity for Martinsburg.
But in a program like Martinsburg's, those guys are held to the same high standard as everybody else, and they've got to get in there and perform. And I think that's, you know, one of the other lessons that Coach Kuntz is trying to impart here is nobody takes a play off. Doesn't matter if you're one of the first 5 or one of the second 5 or a guy cleared out the end of the bench. You don't take a play off.
Byron Brandt to the line now. Seeing action here in the fourth period. Gets it to go. Gets his name in the books.
Well, you know, if the coach is going to break your red shirt, you,
yeah,
so to speak, he gets them both. Nice job. 37-72 the score now.
Sure his dad's excited about that. I see him at every ball game. Comes to support the Knights. Rebello with the rebound. He's going to go all the way, coast to coast, in control, lays it on the glass. Off the backboard. Monty Rebello. It'll go to the line for the and one. So they're still fighting, still clawing.
Now, Rebello, one of the Knights that kind of has the sort of speed you need to keep up with this team. And showed it right there. Nice little flash of his ability. Just unfortunate we don't get to see that quite often enough.
Right back on the other side. Even the second and third team comes in to bury a shot. Montalegre. Now all underclassmen in the game. 75-40 in favor of Martinsburg. Have this game handily in control. Get it into Seipold. Seipold looks to push it back outside. Now he wants it back. Burrow looks for Seipold underneath. He gets it up. Go! Seipold from Burrow. Caleb Seipold. Good on the end one. That was Dorian Smith again, and back comes Martinsburg on the other end. Oh, Smith way high, missed the putback, got it right back, missed it again. But they're going to call it out to Martinsburg. Minute 30 remaining.
Finish with it.
And another nice shot by Pooler.
Martinsburg finishing strong here as we wind into the final minute of play.
Job by Shane Felton to come down with the rebound. Time running out. Burrow's going to take a shot from deep. Off the rim, no good. Mason Hall kicks it down. Nice unselfish play by Mason Hall to get that ball down to Shane Felton. Got it off the rebound and just kicked it down. That time Austin Reed kind of bounced off of Caleb Seipold. Seipold wasn't moving.
Seipold's not going to get out of your way, and that's like running into a brick wall.
Seipold down with the rebound after the miss. And this will pretty much end the game. 7 seconds. coast to coast. Dorian Smith. He had 10 points in that final quarter, Steve.
Yeah,
Smith.
he put on quite a little show there at the end, a little flurry of scoring, and that'll bring us to the final on this one. And I don't think anybody's surprised that Martinsburg takes this one. The score, the final, 81-45. The Bulldogs go to 19-0 on the season.
Impressive.
Again, they're on a mission. Hopefully what the Knights take away from this is that's what a team on a mission looks like.
Yeah.
That's what we want to be. And for the younger guys, important for Coach Kuntz to get them in here right at the end, because he wants those players next year to feel like Martinsburg does now. Martinsburg came out of that loss at the state tournament in the final game and said, now we've got some unfinished business. He wants his guys to feel like the Knights have some unfinished business, that they've got to start getting some wins against big teams like this. And so that's where he's trying to aim this program, and that's the cultural change he's trying to make in basketball here in the Castle. Tough pill to swallow, but I think we saw some individually nice performances here tonight, and good unselfish team play by the Knights. Just not able to keep up with the speed and the diverse talent that Martinsburg brought to the floor here. Fans did enjoy having an opportunity to see number one come up here, and we hope that the Bulldog fans enjoyed themselves as well. We had a plethora of media in the house. Folks back in Martinsburg, I think were watching it live on a stream. If they couldn't get here, the folks who did get here, I think, got a good deal for their money and had a nice trip. So to wrap it up, final numbers this evening?
Yeah, most of the scoring came in the second half for Martinsburg. They scored 21 in the third period and 28 in that final period, and that was with a lot of their second team in the game. Preston's woes, once again, they score 7 points in that first period, 11 points the second period, only 13 and 10. So they just could not muster enough offense to stay with this high-powered Martinsburg team, but they did all right.
Yeah, individual scoring is just, you look at the Martinsburg sheet, it's crazy. The first half, a lot of their points and what really kept them going was good free throw shooting, because they were getting to the line. They were missing initial shots, but they were getting contact. And, again, that's good coaching. Get to contact, get to the line, get it done.
Yeah, they were 9 for 9 in that first period.
And yeah, we thought they weren't maybe going to miss one tonight. Eventually they did. But, again, a good time had by all, as good as you can say when you absorb a loss like this. Preston will move on now for a road game with Petersburg before finishing up with two big ones in the Castle coming up. So we'll have more Preston Knight varsity basketball for you in the coming couple of weeks before we get to postseason play. In the meantime, we thank you for tuning in so much here on Hometown TV, and we'll wrap it up for tonight and say go Knights, and we'll see you when we see you next here from the Castle. Good night.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
The Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital is an alternative for acute patients who need a little extra help before returning home. Services include physical, occupational, and speech therapy, patient and family education, personal care assistance, individualized care plans with daily activities, and 24-hour nursing care. Our team works to ensure a smooth return to independent living. For more information on the Transitional Care Program at Preston Memorial Hospital, visit us online or call 304-791-3733.